please share to keep these stories alive. I really needed this story myself this morning, so I wanted to share it. The story is actually out of India. So once there was a man, and he was walking the same path as he usually walks from his village to go visit some relatives. And as he was going along, not paying much attention to much at all, he heard a snarl behind him. He didn't even need to look behind him. He knew exactly what it was. It was a tiger. And he began running. And he ran and ran and realized that he was bringing that tiger closer to the village. So he turned left and ran off into the jungle. He felt the earth give way beneath him. He found himself falling into a hole. He was grasping at anything that he could grab to try to hold on to keep himself from falling down, and he did. He grabbed a hold of a branch, and he held on to that branch for dear life. As he holds onto this branch, he looks up, and there's the tiger at the top of the hole, snarling down at him, swiping, trying to get at him. He looks back over his shoulder, because he heard something rustling beneath him, and there at the bottom of the hole was a great python. Terror seized him. He looked up, there's the tiger. He looked down, there's the python. Emotions flooded through him. Anger, resentment, betrayal, guilt. What must I have done to find myself here? Death above, death below. He held on to the branch. Which way did he want to die? And as he did, he felt something sticky and wet running down his hand, his arm, onto his shoulder. It was honey. Above him was a bee's nest. He laughed. An acceptance began to swell within him. This is where I am. Well, if this is where I am, I might as well just enjoy the honey. The story was important for me this morning. It was a little bit of a struggle. I think we all find ourselves sometimes in this place, the stresses of life pushing in against us. And being able to slow down and pause, to look around and see the beauty, to see the goodness, it can be everything. If I've learned nothing from the trauma in my life, is that I really wouldn't have gratitude, real, true, deep gratitude, if I hadn't experienced loss. I wouldn't appreciate or even be able to recognize peace and the value of it if I hadn't felt stress and conflict and pain. I wouldn't know freedom if I didn't know what it was to feel trapped. I wouldn't be able to have the gratitude for my children and their health if I hadn't been in a place where I almost lost one of them. The opposites are so important for us. But we do have to stop and choose to look at the honey. And when we found the honey, not to just go, oh yeah, look, what a blessing, but to pause and close our eyes and really, really feel it. Because the feeling of it can give us the momentum to hold on a little bit longer. And the more momentum that we have, the more gratitude we fill ourselves up with, the easier things can become. Because yeah, I can look around in my life, the bills, the stress, the interpersonal conflicts, the workload, gotta work on my health. It can be a lot and it can be overwhelming. That's why my meditation practices and why these stories are so important to me. Because when I imagine myself, and that's what it feels like sometimes, I'm this man hanging on to a branch, trying to do the right thing and fell into a hole. Look what I got to look forward to. Pain up there, pain down there. When I can do that, really, really feel the gratitude for even being alive, to wake up and practice every morning. I get to live. There was a time where I was told I wasn't ever going to walk again. I was going to be in a wheelchair. I've done the healing work. I can walk, I can dance, I can run. That's why you see me out there walking even in the snow, because I know what it's like to not be able to walk. So now I love walking, and I appreciate and I savor every step that I can take. Where can you find appreciation? Where can you take the time to really know the honey, the goodness in your life, instead of focusing on the tiger or the snake? And yes, by the way, my understanding is that some hunters just happened to be walking by and scared the tiger off and rescued the man. Just in case you were wondering. Much love, relatives. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.